by default auto levels in Photoshop is actually set up wrong. Now 75% of the time you won't notice any difference, but the fact that you can't use it 100% of the time means that it's basically set up wrong. Now I have a photograph, it's a low contrast photograph, and I'm just going to show you what by default bad auto levels will actually do. That's what bad auto levels will do to a photograph. And to see, you can see here that there's basically a green tint being applied to what was a neutral grey colour. And just to verify that, if we left click and hold on the eyedropper tool and select the colour sampler tool, we can select a point here, and then by going to the information panel here, you see that the red, green and blue values are 230, 228 and 229. Now that's pretty much a grey, neutral grey, because there is no colour imbalance in between the three. You know, it's very close, within 1 or 2 grades. Now if I turn on the bad auto levels, watch what happens to green. 241, 249, 227. So basically the blue has stayed where it is, and the green has jumped up and the red has jumped up. So basically we have a magenta and a green cast being introduced into the picture because Photoshop by default has the wrong auto levels. Now this is what good auto levels will do. See the before, bearing in mind red, green and blue, watch the numbers. I just click the little eyeball here and that switches on and off. So very little difference, one way, one the other way. Goes from 231 to 230 and 228 to 229. Basically what we've done is we've managed to auto level the image, giving it more contrast, making it look punchier, making it look sharper, and this can be used on every single image. Now if your original shot had a proper level in it, it won't look like it's done anything, but the fact that it can be done on any image means that it can be basically made into a batch process and just ran through your images without the fear of this happening. Now I'm going to go and show you how to fix what Photoshop in their wisdom decide is auto levels. From the layers palette, now if you can't see the layers palette, you go to window and down to layers, or F7 on the keyboard. So from the layers palette you choose this little half black half white circle, which is an adjustment layer, and go up to levels. And basically what this does is it puts a levels adjustment layer above your image, and by doing this adjustment on a layer it means that your original image won't get touched. So it's a non-destructive editing, you know. Now when you click auto up here in your adjustments palette, by default you get your bad contrast because the way it's set up is wrong. Now to change that, you only have to do this once. If you hold Alt on the keyboard and click the auto button again, it brings up the auto color corrections options, and this is where it's wrong. It's set to enhance per channel contrast. It should be set to enhance monochromatic contrast. So if we set it to that, and as we do that, watch this neutral gray. See, it's perfect. And the clipping then is a little bit too much, so instead of 0.10 we put in 0.02 and 0.02 in the highlights. Now we only have to do this once, so just click save as defaults and click OK. And just to prove it, then we get rid of the auto levels by left clicking and dragging it to the trash bin inside the layers palette, and going back to the adjustment layer icon and selecting levels again, and by clicking auto levels now we have perfect auto levels, which basically will never add a color imbalance to your images.